Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all, and this is another story time video. This is another story time. I wanted to give y'all another story time. As a YouTuber, the content that I do, I don't mind doing story time with y'all. But this is a story time. The first story time that I did was my journey as a YouTuber, what got me started on YouTube. But this is a story time of, before YouTube, before I wanted to be a rapper and before I wanted to be a YouTuber. So this is a story time before I started YouTube. This is another story time. The stuff that I was doing, the stuff like my first dreams before I wanted to be a YouTuber. Tune in. But yeah, before I wanted to be a YouTuber and before I wanted to do music, I had other dreams. I was into sports. I was into basketball and I was into football and I was also into video games, sport video games especially. I still play. I may not watch sports the way that I used to, but I still play Madden and I still play NBA 2K. But yeah, before YouTube and music, I played football. Y'all know some of the stories that I told y'all about my days of playing football. Like, I wanted to be a football player. I wanted to be a football player and I wanted to make it to the NFL. I was also into basketball too, but basketball was something that I did as a hobby. I never played basketball for a team. I played football for a team. I played football for 6 years, but yeah, I had wanted to be a professional football player. My days of playing football, was I a really good football player? I was okay at it. When it was my first year of playing football, I started out with recreational football and we had like a season of 3-5 because we had lost the last game of the regular season and then we had lost in the first round of the playoffs. Like, that was my first year playing football. The positions that I played was defensive tackle. I played offensive guard, but yeah, those were my positions. I was an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. And yeah, I played football my second year. Second year was okay. We had lost the championship and like we had like a record of 4-3 because we also lost the last game of the regular season when I was in the seventh grade too. But the best year that I had for football was when I was in the 10th grade. Like, 10th grade is when I became a starter. 10th grade is when I became a captain. I played offensive guard, offensive tackle, and I was also one of the captains of the team. Now, I wasn't the captain of the whole team, but I was one of the captains, and we had won the conference championship, and I had won trophy for most improved player. That was like the best year that I had, but playing football for 6 years, but before the 10th grade, when I played football in the 8th and the ninth grade, I only played in like a couple of games. Now, when I played football in middle school in the 8th grade, I had like a little injury. I had a jammed finger, and I was a little hesitant to play with a jammed finger because it would hurt when I would get into my 3-point stance, but yeah, like my 6 years of playing football, I had realized that I wasn't really enjoying football. Football wasn't really like a passion of mine. It was something that I was interested in at first, but I realized that I never had a passion for it. I wasn't happy and I just, wanted to like do what had made me happy. That's pretty much how I fell in love with music. That's pretty much how I fell in love with rap. When I fell in love with music, when I fell in love with rap, You know what I mean? I didn't really want to do nothing else. I didn't want to be no football player. I didn't want to be no basketball player. You know, I just wanted to do music. Like, I wanted to be an artist. But yeah, that was like the stuff that I was doing before YouTube. I had dreams of being an NFL football player, but football ended up not working out. But it was a pleasure, though. It was a pleasure for me to do something that I was interested in. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, and I did deal with like a lot of discouragement because 10th grade was a good year for me when I played football, but it did take a lot to get me to play football my sophomore year in the 10th grade because freshman year I went through a lot of stuff. Football didn't really go too well. My dad passed away. Yeah, like we had a losing season of football. We were 3-7, and I only played in 2 games, and I started to get very discouraged. Like after freshman year, after the football season was over when I was in the 9th grade, I was completely discouraged. Like I wasn't trying to play football no more, but I had a coach that kept asking me over and over and over again, was I gonna play football? And he kept telling me that I should play, that I need to play. So I decided to give it another shot. And also, too, I had another coach that even had gave me a call, that had gave my mom a call to recruit me. So, I mean, I decided to give it another shot, and I'm actually glad that I did. I'm actually glad that I played football in the 10th grade, even though it wasn't a passion of mine. I'm thankful and I'm proud of the opportunity. I'm proud of the accomplishment that I made because I used to think that I could never like become a starter. I used to think that I could never become a star player. You know, I mean, that's pretty much all I needed as like a dream come true. But yeah, that's my story time before YouTube. You know what I mean? I wanted to be a football player. Yeah, and you see, like, yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, after the 10th grade, after my sophomore year, I did play football at the varsity level junior year, 11th grade. But I don't. After the 11th grade, after my junior year, that was it for me. Now, when I played football at the varsity level, I wasn't a starter, but I was on the special teams though. And just like when I was starting in the 10th grade, I played offensive guard, offensive tackle, and I was also on the special teams too. I pretty much played just about everything on offense. Like, and that's another thing too, my dad, God rest his soul, RIP, I was trying to follow my dad's footsteps, but I realized I don't have to follow my dad's footsteps. I can just be myself and make my own footsteps to follow. So, yeah, my dad was more of a defense guy. I'm more of an offense guy. So, yeah, but yeah, like after my junior year, after the 11th grade, I mean, that was it for me. That's when I made my decision that I was gonna retire. Now, at first, like being a rap artist was just gonna be a backup. At first, I thought about becoming a martial arts instructor, and I've done a few videos explaining to y'all about my martial arts background. Yeah, I have a martial arts background. I've been in martial arts for like a total of 8 years, from age 13 all the way up to age 21. I had got my black belt when I was 20, so yeah, I have a martial arts background, but I mean, music is my passion. Music is where my heart is, and YouTube. I enjoy doing these videos, but yeah, that's another story time of mine before YouTube, before I wanted to be a YouTuber. But yeah, just another story time for y'all. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share, like the video. And again, my new song, my new track, my new record, I'm still here and I'm still standing. It's on my YouTube channel and it's also on my SoundCloud. You can follow me on SoundCloud at Wally G. Let's run it up. Let's blow it up. Love y'all.